So the next step is to then carve down or depress this center circle so that the whole cylinder will stand just on this outer ring. I'm going to start with the square end of my loop tool. Again, you want to use two hands with this, supporting your arms on your legs or on the tray. Typically I would say if you're left-handed, hold it like a pencil and then grab like underneath. If you're right-handed, you can't really do pencil because it's the wrong way, but almost the same thing, like hold it underneath and then support in the back with your left hand. I want to take the corner, line it up with the line, and I'm going to slowly start to press down with the corner tipping towards the line just a little bit. You want to apply just enough pressure for the clay to start to peel away. If you gouge in too hard, it's going to jump all over the place and you're going to have problems. Once I've gotten that corner aligned, then I'm going to flatten the tool out so I'm not angled over so much, so that I can start to bring that down. I'm basically going to work towards the center. When I get to the center, I'm going to go back out again. If you don't keep the tool completely flat, you're going to gouge the corners in and you'll get deep ridges in the bottom. You can also use the rounded end. Sometimes goes a little smoother, so if you're having a problem with gouging the corner in, if you start with the round end in the center and hold it there till it grabs, and then you're going out. The thing with the round end is that you don't want to take it all the way to your edge, otherwise you'll lose your nice right angle that you have at your edge. So then you go back to your square end and redefine that edge. Knowing how far to go down is a little bit of a guessing game. You should have an idea of how thick your bottom is. Typically I would say every few passes you stop, you press on your center. If you can feel it sinking in, then you're done. Okay, if it feels fairly solid, then you can probably do a little bit more. I'm also going to use my square end vertically so that I can make the edge of the foot on the inside nice and straight. It tends to want to like step in a little bit, so I want that to be a nice straight right angle. Sometimes then you have to do a little bit on the top. Again, it's not a lot of pressure, just enough to get the clay peeling off. So I'm going to do a couple more passes here because my bottom felt pretty solid and I tend to prefer a little bit of a thick, chunky foot. You have to be careful when you're going out that you're able to stop yourself so that you're in control. Otherwise your foot will become really skinny if every time you go out you take more away from it. Usually your shavings will just kind of peel off unless you've got it too mushy. If it's too mushy, then you'll have problems. If it's too dry, instead of getting shavings, you're going to get like dust. And it also takes a little bit longer to get it trimmed down if it's too dry. If it is too dry, what you want to do is just as you're centering, keep taking your sponge and rubbing water on it, so that when you get to your trimming with the loop tool, hopefully it will soften up a little bit for you. Okay, so I had a little bump in the center. I'm just going to take that down, and I'll stop and just check this. I think that's probably far enough down. I don't want that depressed too much because it will look a little bit funny. So last thing I'm going to do then with this is take my sponge, not squeeze it out too much this time because I need a little bit more water. I want to run my sponge over all the areas that I used a tool. Okay, so on the outside where the rasp was, across the foot, and then on the inside, so everything's nice and smooth. I'm going to stop the wheel. It's sitting here upside down and nice, so this is a good time to sign the bottom. And this is going to come off now. And then you probably have to play with your rim just a little bit, clean it up, make sure there's not any little shavings on it. Try to wipe around so that you have your nice like marks from it being on the wheel. And that is how to do trimming on your cylinders. So next I'll show you how to do the bowl, and then you'll be all set.